Our region's business is sponsored by PNC Bank, solutions that help you achieve your goals in life. PNC, leading the way. And by Heffron Tillotson, a history of meticulous wealth management since 1948. Our region's business, innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, celebrating a milestone for our region's minority-owned businesses and what a porcupine can tell you about managing people. But first, jobs for the taking, if you've got the skills to get them. Given the dismal national employment numbers in December and all the anecdotal accounts of layoffs across the region, it might surprise you to learn that there are more than 25,000 open jobs in the 10 counties of southwestern Pennsylvania right now. You can check them out at a new website, imaginemynewjob.com. You'll find that more than half of the jobs pay more than $40,000 a year. But to get those jobs, you need the right skills. And one way to get them is through the Bidwell Training Center in Pittsburgh. Gary Caldwell is Director of Student Services at Bidwell, and Gary Baranowski is Director of the Horticulture Program at Bidwell Training Center. And welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, you know, we hear so much gloom and doom these days. Of course, nationally, the economy is a train wreck, and so is the job market. And we're hearing a lot more about layoffs and downsizings. Are you still finding that there are employers who need people, and especially well-trained people?
Absolutely. Bidwell Training Center is very networked into the community. We've been around 40 years now. That's not to say there aren't employers that we can't reach still that would be anew. However, these employers that are around now, they come to us, we go to them. It's a real partnership.
Okay, and so what kind of areas do you work in? I mean, where's the demand right now for people with the right skills?
Well, right now, Bidwell Training Center has always been really with the local job market. We wouldn't offer career training if the jobs were not out there to get. The 8 majors that we offer right now, half of them are in the healthcare industry: medical claims processor, medical coder, pharmacy technician, and health unit coordinator. The other half are also technical and sort of in the service industry, culinary arts, horticulture technology with the green industry, chemical laboratory technician, and office technology. Now, 7 of the 8 are diploma majors, and one of those is actually an associate's degree, an occupational specialized degree with chemical laboratory technician.
Well, it was interesting. It was just a story, where was it? Well, the New York Times, just this past week, ranking, it was showcasing Pittsburgh as one that making a great transition in its economy, and another ranking in Forbes that put us as one of the top 10 markets for job growth going forward. A lot of it did mention eds and meds, kind of the life sciences, the healthcare sector is important. But horticulture?
Well, actually, the horticulture is part of the whole age of technology, the change in job opportunities here in the region, and certainly we're looking at the whole green job sector now, and we have been at that table for the last year talking about opportunities, and the horticulture technology program offers kind of a springboard into a lot of those other green job careers, and this could be in brownfield remediation or stormwater runoff or urban forestry. All of those career tracks play into horticulture technology. So we're using hort technology as kind of the umbrella in which to branch out and explore those other possibilities, meet with other organizations. As Gary mentioned, we're at the table with employers. Each of our programs has a group of individuals who sit on an advisory committee and offer suggestions and direction as to the skill sets that our graduates need to have when they enter that job market.
It's very applied training. Yeah, and your graduates ordinarily are ready to hit the ground and whatever.
Hit the ground running, and we tell them that all the time. Absolutely, you have to be ready. You have to be out there. You have to be competitive, and certainly that. We find that many of our students actually prefer that hands-on applied learning way of approaching the training as opposed to a strict theoretical sort of curriculum. Are you finding you're getting more dislocated workers knocking on your door these days?
Absolutely. You know, to give you an idea of the students that we see at Bidwell Training Center, we have maybe the traditional student right out of high school, or maybe they just obtained their GED. We have maybe the single mothers that are really looking for a way to support themselves and their families for the first time. We have those that are underemployed and maybe scraping by on minimum wage. We have those that have become recently unemployed, those dislocated workers from an organization maybe they worked at 20 or 30 years. Now they're wondering, what do I do? Where do I go? Well, Bidwell Training Center, I believe, is the best option out there for them. One of the main reasons that set us apart from any other school in the area, we offer all of our career training at no cost.
Wow.
Which really blows people away when they hear that.
Now that's a heck of a scholarship, I'll tell you, yeah.
And the means to become eligible for that scholarship, you have to be a resident of the state of Pennsylvania. You have to have the minimum educational level of high school diploma or GED. Then you have to successfully complete our 3-step admissions process. And the first step being an information session. They're held every Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. on our campus. You come in, learn about the school. You're invited back to the second step, which would be an assessment test of your skills. And for whatever reason, if a student gets stuck at that level, we don't just show them the door. We show them another door within our campus. We have an academic enrichment program that can help students refresh their reading comprehension and mathematics skills, prepare them to come back and retest. And then once they've met all the scores they need, they're sent to the third and final step of admissions, which is an interview, an admissions panel interview.
Wow. And ultimately the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is a career, a job. And in fact, we actually like to take the focus off of job and talk more about careers, because careers seem to have more longevity.
Well, and it's true. I mean, you don't want a job where you're just going to be stuck in a place for the rest of your life. Hopefully it's a pathway that you're going to open.
And we find with many of our students too, it's almost a passion. It's something they thought about doing. It was never the right time in their life. They weren't in the right financial position to explore some sort of educational opportunity. So when we can match up people up to our various training programs, it's a win-win.
Are you finding you're able to place them?
Absolutely. 2008 annual report, we had a 79% career placement rate.
79%, okay.
And that goes hand in hand with our 81% graduation rate.
Wow.
It's very, very difficult not to succeed with Bidwell Training Center. If you do not, it's typically because maybe some of the barriers that held you back before were still too much for you to overcome, or you simply didn't want to succeed, because we really provide every possible tool to help you get through the training, your education, academics, and then ultimately placing you in the field.
Only a few seconds left, but I know there's a good opportunity coming up, what, a week from Monday?
That's right, on Monday, January 19th, which is Martin Luther King Day, in conjunction with Pittsburgh Cares. There will be an open house at Bidwell, so if individuals from the area want to come down and take a look at the various programs that we offer, the day will consist of a series of demonstrations in various departments, a tour of the campus, taking a look and perhaps an opportunity to talk to some of our graduates, some of our alumni about their experiences at Bidwell, and really to make that initial connection.
Excellent. Well, Bidwell Training Center, hopefully you get a lot of takers and continued success. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Next up, the return on a community investment in minority-owned businesses. Stay with us.